16 minutes past 10. This is Klfm. And of course, today sees the start of the Downham Festival. Looking forward to heading along there tomorrow. But Dave King, earlier in the week, caught up with Tinker Taylor, festival chairman. And he told us how the festival came into being and what is happening today and tomorrow, Carnival Day.
The festival was an idea that I had when I was mayor in 1975. At that time, the media was saying that Downham was a dying town, and so we set out to prove that we wasn't dying. And after the first festival, went so well, and so many organisations came along to help, it was decided that that would be an annual affair. So we hope that it will go on for many more years. But mainly the idea is that the organisations who receive the support of the people of Downham throughout the year, this is their week of saying thank you to the people of Downham Market by giving them a week of fun, entertainment, and we hope that the Downham people appreciate it. Well, they do, because they support all the organisations throughout the year.
How is it starting this year? What is happening today?
Well, today is our opening day, and we start off in fine style, and we hope the weather is good, keeps good, with the French-style cafe outside our town hall, at which, during about 11 o'clock, we then raise the festival flag with the town cry, reading the proclamation to the new mayor, Councillor John Legg, and then we go on from there, and we've got a lot of work in front of us to get done. But that is mainly the start of the day, and then throughout the day we kind of build up to the civic service in the evening. And this year, in our town hall, we have a Glamorous Nights presented by Albin in the town hall, and this is the first sponsored item by the Borough Council. We hope that people will come along tonight and enjoy this new event. And of course, throughout the day we've got model flying displays, waiters and waitresses race, horseshoe competitions, a town walk, which is very interesting to the new people of Downham.
Who is it that comes up with these ideas of the town walk and the waitress race and things?
Well, various organisations. The Norfolk County Council Adult Education Service come up with the idea of the town walk, and after we got them all laid out, the festival committee fill in the gaps so that we've got a balanced programme.
So how many people actually live in Downham Market?
Over 6,000 people. But it's not just for Downham people. People around the area also come into Downham and join in the festivities.
Now, tomorrow is a big day. Obviously, it's Whit Bank holiday. We've got Paul Baker and the Roadshow down there. What else have you got happening tomorrow?
The main big event of the day is, of course, the carnival. This is a parade that goes through the town and ends up onto our open space called the Howdown. But prior to that, we have a Festival 5 fun run, which is growing each year, actually. And there's a lot of, shall we say, mums and dads and children all take part within the race. So
you taking part in that?
No, I shall be further down the road at the station preparing the parade, and then we will make our way to the Hale. And we get 4,000 or 5,000 people there for 2 or 3 hours. And of course, entrance is free, and that perhaps draw a lot more people.
Certainly will. So we've got all sorts of charity stalls and things like that happening, and also entertainment in the arena as well.
Entertainment in the arena. We've got the dogs again. We've got Van Buren's magic show. So that should appeal to a lot of people. Of course, we're hoping that he's going to make Mookaboy and Ryder disappear.
Really?
Yes. In the open air, so...
Well, that'll be worth looking at as well, won't it? That's all happening tomorrow. And, of course, as we said, the Klfm Roadshow is going to be there as well. Paul Baker's, in fact, opening the proceedings. Tinker, thank you very much.
There you go, and not a truer word spoken. I'll be there tomorrow with the Roadshow. Looking forward to a great week of Downham Market Carnival and Downham Market Festival. In fact, every morning on the breakfast show next week, we will hear from Tinker Taylor. He'll tell us exactly what's happening on which particular day, all right? If you're coming along tomorrow, remember we got a painting and drawing competition for the kiddies. We're doing Stingray tomorrow afternoon. If You can encourage the children to bring along a drawing or painting of Troy or Marina from Stingray. We'll do that live on stage. Bring them along, we'll have a look at them, or we'll have a judging competition, and we've got some great goodies to give away for the kiddies as well. So that's happening around about 3 o'clock on the roadshow tomorrow afternoon. I'll be there, Sasha will be there, and we're wondering, he'll be around somewhere. He says he's going to pop along. That should be quite interesting. The Downham Market Carnival gets underway tomorrow. Look forward to seeing you all there live on stage. This is KLFM. Keep your calls coming. 0553 692 192.
May 1993, and now this is Gemma on the radio again on KLFM. The next morning, after she went to the Downham Festival and KLFM were there, and she produced a Stingray picture for their competition.
Baby love, we were at Downham Market yesterday. What a day we had. We've already spoken to the male side of it. What happened to the female? We have a young lady here. What's your name?
Gemma Bond.
And where are you from? Are you sure now? Are you positive of that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Don't nod your head on the radio. It doesn't work. Listen, what is on this? I can only call it a freeze. That's what we used to call them at school. What have you got on here?
An octopus.
Uh-huh.
Lots of fish. A whale. And crabs and rocks.
And what about this young lady floating along the top here? Who's she?
Marina.
Marina. Are you a big Stingray fan as well?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, just because you have done such a beautiful drawing, I'm going to give you your very own KLFM personal radio. How about that?
Thank you.
Do you know, they brought those pictures along and they were just superb, and I've got them. I'm hanging on to them. We're going to put them up on the wall here at the radio station. Thanks to everybody who came along to Downham Market yesterday. We had a smashing time, didn't we?
But in actual fact, Paul Baker didn't actually keep Gemma's. She decided to keep hers, and was the basis of a short animation that Gemma and I worked on sometime later. This was the one and only commercial, if you like, promotion really, that I made whilst I was at KLFM. It was called The Stork Has Landed. The baby crying was Lara.
Call 420-610 and begin your journey to the sun.
Do you know anyone who's just given birth? If so, you may be quite used to hearing this. Well, the Stork has landed here at KLFM. Every Saturday morning at 8:45, one lucky boy and girl will be chosen to win a 4-portrait plan from Portraits, the studio, Norfolk Street, King's Lynn. Simply pick up an application form from our reception in Blackfriars Street or from the maternity unit at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Lynn. The Stork has landed, only on KLFM. KLFM 96.7 is 21 minutes to 6, and it's a...
That's Bon Jovi on I'll Sleep When I'm Dead. Do you fancy doing a bit of volunteer work in here at KLFM? Who knows, sort of thing we want people to do to learn the job as 'twere. It's 20 minutes past 12 and I'll be talking with somebody called Ashley. Yes, Ashley Bond in a couple of minutes, 20 minutes time, and he'll tell you what he's been doing since we opened. He's got to leave now, he's going on to university, but maybe you'd like to do the sort of job he's been doing. Find out about it, as I say, about 20 minutes time.
It's time to talk to Peter Hayes Nissan about their great L-Reg deals.
That's Luther Vandross and Never Too Much, just coming up to 26 minutes past midday. Don't forget that from 1:15 through until 1:45, we do our classifieds, buying and selling up to the value of £100. But remember, no pets, no livestock, no cars, no guns, and nothing dangerous if you don't mind. King's Lynn 692192, that is the number to call. What have we got to take us up to the weather and the high water times at 12:30? Oh, it's Queen, and we will rock you. We Will Rock You from Queen. That's what they call getting caught short. There was a little bit on the end there, wasn't there? There often is. The weatherman
And it's a brand new weather forecast we've got here. It says a cloudy start with patchy light rain or drizzle, becoming mainly dry during the afternoon, but staying cloudy for much of the time as well. Temperatures a fairly cool 16 degrees Celsius at best, and the wind moderate north to northwesterly. Tonight, dry with clear spells, mainly light winds. The temperature's down to 7 degrees Celsius tonight. And tomorrow, Saturday, mainly dry, still quite cloudy and cool, with northerly winds freshening by day. The outlook for Sunday, getting a little better, surprisingly. It's going to be dry, becoming brighter as well as those winds fall light and variable. A little bit warmer than it has been, with temperatures reaching a near normal 20 degrees Celsius. Time for Genesis right now. Genesis, and turn it on again. I never turned it off. 28 minutes away from 1 o'clock.
The sound of West Norfolk 96.7 KLFM.
I want to tell you about The Break. This week on The Break at the new time of 1 p.m. Saturday lunchtime. Well, following the recent surge of albums in foreign languages, Gloria Estefan tells The Break all about her new album, Mi Tierra, sung entirely in Spanish. L.A. Mike gives us the West Coast lowdown on Car Salesman, and Mariah Carey, recently married to the head of Sony Music, which also happens to be her record company, paid a visit to the UK and chatted to The Break. Amy Mann, ex-singer with the American band Till Tuesday, join us in The Break studio to talk about her solo career and how she's finding that perhaps she's too alternative for American radio. That's The Break, 1 p.m. Saturday lunchtime. Don't forget also on Saturday, a grand fete going on at Park House out at Sandringham. 50 pence to get in through the door. All starts at 2 o'clock. Children under 12 get in for free. Roll up your trousers. There's a raffle, Punch and Judy, bookstall, craft stalls, train rides, games, cake stall, refreshments, loads and loads of things, and all the proceeds going to Park House.
Journey with us on a secret voyage to Aladdin's cave. Experience the thrilling ride on the Wild Water Falls. Taste the gripping, hair-raising sensation of the Rattlesnake Coaster. And experience much, much more for all ages only at Pleasurewood Hills. We're open every day, and once you're in, it's all in. Nothing extra to pay for all the shows and rides your family can handle. Pleasurewood Hills. Our new entrance is direct from the 812 Tesco Roundabout near Lowestoft.
More than a theme park. It's a whole new experience. Pleasurewood Hills.
Fill a whole day with fun at Pleasurewood Hills.
Whose is the new car on the drive?
Oh, it's a Swan Street courtesy car. They're lending it to Nicole while her Clio's having the dent straightened out. She's impossible. New tyre, new wing. It's a good job Swan Street is so reasonable.
You were young once. Oh, I remember a 19-year-old guy in a Renault 5 who used to take me down romantic country lanes. Whatever happened to him?
That'll be Roger. I'll see you later, you two. Are you staying in tonight?
No, I don't think so, Nicole. Your mother and I are going for a little drive in the country.
When it comes to complete car care, nobody does it better than Swan Street Renault. Swan Street Renault Kings Lynn, putting the romance back into motoring.
Thinking of a new kitchen, bedroom or bathroom? Let us inspire your dreams. For free design and quotation, visit Inspiration Showroom, Castleacre Road, Swaffham. Open 7 days a week.
The sound of West Norfolk 96.7
Spandau Ballet right now, and I'll fly for you. We'll be talking with Ashley Bond in about 5 minutes about all the work he's been doing here at KLFM as a volunteer. Worth 10 press men, you know. And maybe you're interested and you'd like to pop along and get some detail. We'll find out from Ashley anyway, as I say, in about 5 minutes' time, after we've heard from Spandau Ballet and I'll fly for you.
Passion take the world and break me from the start. Remodels on the earth. Oh, but God's up in the sky. Love the moon. Oh, because I'm nothing else here for you. Just because it's easier than the truth. When there's nothing else that I
since we've been here, and we opened, don't forget, July the 1st, 1992, we've had one or two people who've come in and helped and done their bit. They've done various jobs. One of them is with me right now, and he's Ashley Bond. Hello, Ashley.
Hello.
Nice to see you again, mate. Now, you're dashing off on your way fairly soon, aren't you?
That's right, I'm off to college, to Salford, to do a media production course.
Are you? Whoa, all the big stuff. My goodness me, big aims for the future. How old are you, Ash?
I'm nearly 20.
Nearly 20. You obviously had some interest in this style of job before you came in here.
Yes.
What sort of interest? How did it all start?
Well, I'm really into sound, but I did actually start making films. My parents had Super 8 equipment, a camera and a projector, you know, before videos were in, they used to use those. Some people still do.
You have old parents?
No, I don't. No, I don't, but that was just before sort of videos really started, video cameras. Professionals would say that they, you know, favour film as well. So I've been working with film since I was 13 and obviously putting soundtracks with them and stuff as well. And, you know, it's something I really enjoy.
So it's an interest, a hobby and a job?
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
Now, you say your interest now is sound, or you've been involved, obviously. We're radio, we're sound. We are Fox, believe it or not. We're sound. And what sort of work have you been doing since you've been here?
Well, I've mainly been editing tapes because that's something I'm really interested in, actually, with open reel tape, physically cutting the tape and, you know, making the interviews sound much more interesting and everything. Also helping out with the computer, putting in records that we've just obtained or updating the computer to put the years in. So basically it makes the presenters' jobs much easier to actually find the records they want.
Certainly we have a complete library here, that is for sure. With regards to this film business, how many films have you actually made? You intrigue me with that. We're talking about sound because we're radio, but let's find out a bit about Ashley Bond. What films have you made? I think you've won 1 or 2 awards, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I mean, when the first film I made when I was 13, it was just an experiment, really. It was a long film, and watching it now, I sort of cringe at it. But when we came to the second one, I was much more, you know, I knew what I was doing more, and I had friends that were interested. We formed our own film and drama workshop, we called it. And from then, the films we've made, I've then been able to enter all those into a recent competition. Because although I work with film, I've never actually had the soundtrack with it. So I've not been able to enter it anywhere before. And since I've managed to put them onto video, you know, I've entered them, and I've won several awards.
Very well. What's the best one so far?
The best one is Second Chance, which unfortunately wasn't shown at the festival because it was a bit long. But it won a Silver Seal. It also won the Best Youth Script, which I wrote, which I was flattered by that, because I mean, I never really thought I was that good at writing. And it also won the Best Actress Award for Hannah Parker.
Absolutely marvellous. So not only do you take film, not only do you edit tape, but you also write scripts.
Yes, I do. I mean, some of the radio plays that we've been doing, we've written our own scripts for. Obviously, filmmaking and indeed script writing as well is a time-consuming thing. I mean, the way I wrote the script for Second Chance was more or less straight through, because I write it. If I want to write it for a specific thing, like a film or a play, I can see how it's going to be, how it's going to turn out. But I mean, I was always interested in creative writing when I was at school and did English and stuff. And in fact, one of those sort of little stories that we wrote during a lesson for in a set time, that was turned into a film as well, and won our first award back in 1990.
Mind's eye job, you see, production, presentation and visualisation, which is one of the most important things. You've got some fantastic talent, there's no getting away from that, Ashley, and I wish you all the very best for the future. But how do you feel about having worked here as a volunteer, not a penny paid, right, but you've come in here and got on with the job? We've got the equipment around here for you to do the job. Have you been happy with that, and how do you think people should feel about volunteering?
Well, I really wanted, because I wasn't able to go to college last year, I wanted somewhere I could come and basically just, you know, have a go at doing stuff and to have experience in it. And, you know, obviously this year is what I've been able to do here has put confidence in me that I can actually do it, and hopefully I'll have a bit of a head start over those people that will be at college with me. And so anybody who's out there, obviously, that are willing to take over from me when I go to college, you know, if perhaps they get in contact with you.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, what we would like, folks, is a CV from you. We'd like you to be around 17, 18 years of age, obviously waiting to go to college, or maybe you're not going on to college, but you're unemployed, but you've got those skills and that interest. Then drop us a CV to 18 Blackfriars Street, right here in Kings Lynn. That's P.O. Box 77, KLFM, of course. You know all about that, don't you? 18 Blackfriars Street, Kings Lynn, PE30 1NN. Ashley, very quickly, when are you off to college?
The second week in October.
Second week in October. And where are you going again?
Salford, University College Salford.
Studying?
Media production.
You're going to be the managing director when you come back, mate. Thanks very much for talking to us, Ash.
Thank you.
Cheers. Let me wake up in your arms. Thanks to Ashley Bond for popping in. He's been very, very good here, I'll tell you. And if you fancy volunteering to do some work and you've got the right qualifications, send us a CV. The KLFM P.O. Box 77, Kings Lynn, P31NN, and we'll have a chat with you. Oh, yes, we will. I'll tell you what, we'll play that Lulu one there, Let Me Wake Up in Your Arms, especially for Andrew Nally. He's not got a birthday today, no. He's got a birthday tomorrow, but he won't be listening tomorrow because he's off out and about. 37 years of age tomorrow, aren't you, Andrew? Oh, I got the lowdown off of Carolyn. I'll tell you anyway, she sends you lots and lots of love. Happy birthday from your good wife, Carolyn, and all the family. We'll be back in just a minute.
It's the hot, hot, hot British Gas Eastern Summer Sale.
One of Paul's features on KLFM was Day in the Life, where he found people with some unusual, some not so unusual jobs, and you had to guess what the job was. This was James.
Relax from Frankie Goes to Hollywood, the new sound of West Norfolk, playing you the best mix of music from the 1970s, 1980s and 1990s. We're playing A Day in the Life of.
My job is seasonal, although most people are employed all year round. My service is supplied at a relatively low cost to the consumer, but involves a huge network, worldwide in some cases. It could also be said that I provide a vital link to the outside world for some people.
Oh, he certainly does. Cynthia, good morning.
Good morning, Paul.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Listen, what do you reckon he does for a living?
I think he's a postman.
You reckon he's a postman? What makes you think that?
Just a clue.
No logical reason for it, really, is there?
No.
But you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Well done. Stay on the line, we'll get some details from you and organise a little prize for you, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks for your call. Bye-bye. Cynthia, our winner today. And if you've got an interesting job, call us now on 692192 and you could be the day in the life of tomorrow.
96.7 KLFM.
KLFM has 3 presenters, as well as sales, news and administration staff. Sasha Twining started with the station behind the scenes when it opened in July 1992. She currently presents The Breakfast Show.
6 minutes past 6, Cliff Richard and A Little in Love. Good morning, West Norfolk, KLFM 96.7. How you doing? And, guess what? It's a Friday. Hey!
I'm officially known as a swing jock, which sounds a very sort of casual title. At the moment I'm doing the breakfast show here. Last week I was reading the news. And I also have my own programmes on Saturday and Sunday, 2 breakfast shows. Breakfast is always said to be the most sought-after job on a radio station, but you do have the amazingly negative side of getting up at 4:15 every morning.
Paul Baker presents the mid-morning show, produces a films feature for the week, and looks after the station's prizes. But what does he enjoy doing most?
I think I enjoy presenting my programme most. I like the idea of the rapport with the listener at the end of the day. I tend to talk to the listener as though they're sitting beside me. My average listener apparently is a woman. She's about 35 to 40, and she's a housewife. So that's what I'm aiming at. But there might be somebody out there who's on their own. who basically has the radio for company. Now I say all sorts of silly things like, when it's a cold morning, give the radio a cuddle. It's stupid, it's a stupid comment. But somebody out there might think, I have this very infectious, not a giggle, but a sort of, I think it was described once as an asthmatic laugh. Yeah, that's it, And a woman said to me the other day, that laugh really cheers me up. I think it's great that someone out there has picked up on that. Right, and good morning to you. This is the best mix of music on a Friday morning, KLFM. Very shortly we'll take news from the Home Energy Advice people.
Presenting a radio show, however, is not just about playing music.
We generally have 3 different guests, we have 2 different competitions, we have a phone-in buying and selling, plus all the presenter-read adverts, we have to play the commercials, all this sort of thing. It's not, as many people think, just let's sit back and listen to the records.
Dave King presents the afternoon show and is the station's programme controller. It's obviously a full-time job.
It's more than a full-time job, actually. There isn't enough hours in the day, to be quite honest. Being a programme controller, it sounds like a grandiose title just to sit back and let everybody do the work. Well, it doesn't happen like that. There's an awful lot of responsibilities that you have to take on board. My day started today at around about 8:30. I had a series of meetings over at headquarters, which finished at 1:15. I then had to get over here for my programme that started at 3. When that finishes at 6, I will then have to do some more promos for the weekend programmes, take them back over to headquarters, and then that'll be my day finished around about 9 o'clock. I do 5 programmes a week on KLFM. I also then do the motoring feature, which goes on at Friday evening. Then I'm on call all weekend if anybody has problems either here or on group programming. Basically, it means that on a good weekend I don't do anything. On a bad weekend I'm possibly there most of that weekend. I couldn't go back to just being a presenter because I would feel there's a whole big gap that I'm missing.
And there's road shows as well.
Road shows, we have to cover those, and I have to regard myself not as somebody who tells everybody else to go out. I've got to go out as well. So during the summer, we're probably out 3 weekends out of 4.
Although news bulletins read from the main station in Peterborough, Tracy Williams reports on local events.
What I do here is collect local stories, so anything that has a particularly local emphasis. It may be something from a national story or maybe something that's generated, say, from the local police station, council, local people, anything that's going on here. So basically I generate those and fax them through to our headquarters in Peterborough.
Local radio stations often need volunteers to help out. 17-year-old Jonathan Woodward enjoys doing this at KLFM.
Basically, I'm on a day release scheme from college. I'm doing a communications course and I come down here, getting records out, changing playlists.
And Friday Workforce, you do
Friday
stuff
Workforce, yeah. I've been out a couple of times to see how it's recorded and produced. I've been responsible for editing it up. The material I get on tape will be something like 24 minutes long, but the feature I actually want to broadcast on the radio will only be about 4 minutes long. So I have to cut it down, take out all the irrelevant bits, and just make it more broadcastable.
Would you like to get into radio?
I would, yes, very much. I'd like to be a presenter. It's what I've always wanted to do since I've been about 5, and I've got into hospital radio because of that, and here.
Paul Gardner and his team are responsible for advertising sales at the station.
Our responsibility is for the revenue coming into the radio station. We gain that mainly through the straight radio commercials that you hear on air, but also through radio sponsorships. We have in-house facilities which are based in our head office in Peterborough where we can script and record the commercials. For what we call jingles, which are pieces of music that are commissioned specifically for clients, we can go out of house for that type of work, and therefore we go to a specialised production studio that has the facilities to record music. Then those jingles are often voiced over with what we call a voiceover, which simply just voices the sales message that goes within that.
The station's receptionist and office manager is Nancy Gillett. What's her opinion of the station's style?
To be quite honest with you, I liked listening to KLFM before I decided to apply for the position. I don't think I'd work in a Radio 2 environment or a punk environment where they played punk or anything like that.
And what are the presenters like, honestly?
Very difficult to work with most of the times.
Is it their egos?
Yes. They're not like normal people. The reality is you sit in a room for 4 hours and talk to yourself.
Well, they also interview guests and talk to the listeners, often in phone-in quizzes.
Which school do you go to, by the way? Cares?
Yeah.
So all the teachers who are listening from Cares, they will know you?
Yeah.
And they will now know how much time you spent on their wonderful homework.
I asked the presenters if they could remember a worst broadcasting nightmare, and are there many technical problems they have to deal with themselves?
Hundreds. The ISDN line wasn't working when I got in this morning. It's the way that I get the 6 o'clock news. It's a pain in the neck because you don't want to deal with that sort of thing at 6 in the morning. Other things, you know, like you go through your selector sheet, the numbers are wrong, and it'll say Jason Donovan, Nothing Can Divide Us, DAT 305, track 26. Well, it's not, it's status quo. You look a bit stupid. Here's Jace! And in comes Rocking All Over the World.
The big problem is when the computer goes down. Well, it's not a big problem. It just means that you have no jingles, you have no adverts, no commercials, no news. Everything in the studio's gone down except your microphone. What do? You talk. And if I have to talk for 3 minutes, I'll do it.
I used to do the Late Show with a late night quiz, which is always dangerous because you have the pub factor. This one night I just went to pieces. And unfortunately, it was a time when there was somebody else in the studio. All I could see was this other guy absolutely falling about all over the place, laughing uncontrollably, and all I could do was laugh as well, and it went on for about 7 minutes.
Finally, how successful is KLFM?
Bloomin' successful. The actual audience has grown by 27% with the likes of DLT on a Sunday. And also I think the way we've set it up, we're a commercial radio station in the heart of West Norfolk. We have got to talk about this area. But there's no point me sitting here talking about what's happening in London, or just playing music. It's about entertaining and informing.